Thank you.
Is your dog a girl?
Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah, there you go. Go peanuts.
Yeah, last week I had I sprained my back really bad, I was like in a lot of pain. But then my neighbor, she's a masseuse, and she like massaged my back, and it really worked, all the pain went away. But man, that's great, I'm gonna go back to her later after this. Yeah, for a pulled groin. And there's a lot of controversy over Kamala Harris' race, like is she Indian, is she black, And the fact is, her mom is Indian, right? And her dad is black, I know the media wants you to focus in on the black half, but I'll tell you what, when she becomes president, every 7-Eleven is going to give out free Slurpees. Yeah, most people don't know this about me, but last year I lost 200 pounds. Yeah, I got divorced. Neapolitan ice cream is that when it's like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, all in one thing, right? Yeah, I'm not really sure what the word Neapolitan means, but I think it has something to do with throwing up. And Korean food, I'm Korean, right? Korean food's like terrible, Like we don't have like proper cookies and cakes and stuff. No, we have tteok. Like tteok is like this pounded rice, And some of it's okay, like we have these tteok bowls that have like the sesame jam in it. But most of it's just plain like rice, like doesn't taste like anything, And that's what we eat during celebrations and shit. Like during a wedding or whatever, you'll see mountains of tteok like all over the place. And it's colorful and it looks cool, but it's so bland and like tasteless. Yeah, it's like Dane Cook's jokes. Yeah, I was in the United States Army first cavalry dude in Florida. Yeah, it was cool, It was weird being the only Asian person though. Yeah, every day people just looking at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? I'd tell that just like I tell this. Our number one fear as soldiers was poison gas. Yeah, like all that stuff, uric gas and all that. That was truly our number one fear. Our number two fear was dying before we got to try anal. Yeah, my dog, she's a miniature pincher. When I first got her when she was a little puppy, I didn't know what she was, And then this guy came up to me, he's like, oh, is that a wiener dog? And I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, wiener dog? No, she's female. That famous picture of Bigfoot, where it's like this, That's actually taken off of a film, off of a 5-minute film of Bigfoot like walking through the woods, And I was watching this documentary about it. And I think that's actually a real Bigfoot because they were showing it, and then that Bigfoot that they show is a female. Now you can clearly see that Bigfoot has boobs, and they're clearly swaying around as they're walking, And like for not having a bra, they're pretty rough. I was like, what is this, Bigfoot gone wild? Shit. Yeah, like I never thought, crazy, I never thought in a million years I'd be jerking off to Bigfoot. I think it's not good to eat like little baby animals, right? Like veal, lamb, That's crazy. I'm like, that's so mean. Like, why can't you just let them grow up and stuff? Yeah, like I know in Korea, we only eat adult dogs. If you don't know how to use chopsticks, you probably should learn, right? Because when Asian people, when we see you fumbling around with your chopsticks and stuff, we lose all respect for you, And we're like, so you don't know how to eat? Let's just be friends and yeah, I used to love going fishing all the time, But when I was a kid, whatever, that's just because when I was a kid, I used to catch fish actually, right? Like for the last 20 years, I've been fishing like every couple of years or so. I haven't caught anything, All I'm doing nowadays is just standing in the sun getting skin cancer. Yeah, some guy walks by like, catch anything? Yeah, melanoma. Yeah, the first time I went to New York City, I was stationed in Maryland, right? I was in the Army. And then it was like Veterans Day weekend or something, like 40 weekends. So I got a couple of my buddies, like one guy was from Michigan, the other guy was from Ohio. I'm like, wow, man, let's go to New York, right? So we get there, and the first night we're just wandering around, right? And, we don't know where we are. So I'm walking down the street, and I look down, and I can see all the signs are in Korean, right? So I'm like, hey, man, hey, let's go down here. Look, check it out, it's all Korean, right? And so I turn around, and they're like, way the fuck back there, right? And I'm like, hey man, come on, let's go this way. Look, it's all Korean, right? And I get close to them, and I can see the look on their face, and they're scared like to death. You know, they're like, "No, man, no, I'm not going down there, man. I'm not going down there." I was like, "What? You know, it's incredible. You know, I could read that. That's a liquor store. That's a restaurant. You know, it's cool. You know." And they're like, "No, man, no, I'm not going down there, dude." I was like, "Oh man, you know, I mean, people from the Midwest must really be scared of Asian people." Yeah, no wonder why you guys don't laugh at my jokes. What do you call, you know what we call someone who's mixed like black and Asian? We call it Malaysian, right? And someone who's mixed Mexican and Asian, we call them either Mexicans or Asians. You know what we call someone who's mixed white and Asian? Assholes. Yeah, you know, when you go to a Korean person's house, you know, you have to take off your shoes before entering, right? It's not tradition or anything. You just want to make sure you're not stealing their chopsticks. And you know, the national dog of Korea is called a chindoke. It looks kind of like a husky, but it's blonde, and it has a curly tail, and it tastes like ham. And you know, for Thanksgiving, we celebrate Thanksgiving just like most people, but we do it a little bit differently, right? Because we do it like dead relatives, right? Like what we'll do, we'll set a place for them, you know, we'll put our pictures there, right? Like for us, it's my 2 grandparents and my aunt that passed away. And throughout the meal, you know, we'll like take a scoop of rice or a scoop of food, you know, from their plate and like put it in this bowl, you know. And then same with liquor, right? We'll like get a soju or swish it around this, whatever, incense, we'll pour this bowl, right? Like they're there with us, you know. It's kind of like the whole like pouring the beer on the sidewalk thing, you know, for your dead homies. But we do it with food, right? And we use their favorite food too. Like my grandmother, her favorite food was a certain type of fish, right? So we always had that in front of her picture. And then her favorite food was like a pork belly, right? It's like these thick slabs of bacon kind of, and we put that in front of her picture. Now for my grandfather, he does his, like we'll put my grandmother's picture like under his kind of, because his favorite thing to eat was my grandmother's pussy. Hey,